On?
Yep. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2. Wiki. Whoa, what up? You guys are like, where you guys at?
Yeah, here we go.
Here we is. Boom. Welcome to another Conversation with the Mafia live edition. You got myself, Chris. Coach Marcus is around here somewhere. We definitely will have to zoom that in if we're going to mess with that. But hey, we're just setting up some new stuff in the background of the studio, and we got to do some rewiring and resetting. So, welcome in, guys. Welcome in to another Conversation with the Mafia podcast live edition. You got myself, Chris. Coach Marcus is in the house.
Yo, what's up, everybody? How's it going tonight?
And
if you can hear me. And so we're hoping to get some people in here to the chat right away before we start dropping in on some subjects and stuff.
Oh, you know what? I didn't bring my iPad tonight.
Oh, my goodness, bro. That ain't good.
That is not good because, oh, man.
Oh, well, it doesn't make a difference. We're going to freestyle it anyway and stuff. So that's chill. We're actually waiting for a guest to come in tonight that will be live in the studio with us, but that's going to be on the recording. And so I'm hoping everybody else that chimes in, thank you for chiming in.
Before we get into it, though, guys, can you do me a favor and hit that share button, that comment button with the, hey, just tell us hi when you come in. And then also, if you can, share this out. Share this out with your people. Share this out with, just share this out, because the more we get this going live, and I'm sorry, I'm sharing it out as we speak, so I apologize. But
I ain't even hit my stuff yet, but I'm about ready to.
Well, welcome in Tuesday night live edition with the Mafia. Men always functioning in assignment. Just give you guys a quick heads up while Coach gets this shared out on his end. We just dropped the clips for episode 58. See, I don't got my iPad, so I'm gonna be a little confused with all this.
Doesn't make a difference. We want to thank everybody that has been supporting us all this time.
See, I don't got my
yeah,
iPad,
nice. And so with that being said, I just want to thank everybody that's into here right now, that's watching live. I know that we said that we were going to hit on some subjects that were going to be like hit this week. And it's crazy, man, because I started looking at a lot of things that I seen that is actually coming forth this week. And man, there's a lot of hate out there, bro.
Oh, man, there's always a lot of hate
There's
out
a
there.
lot of hate out there. I'm not saying totally towards us or anything.
Just hate,
but
period.
Just seeing hate, period.
Yeah, man. I mean,
right?
Like, everything that anything that anybody's doing, regardless if it's a podcast, DJing, car shows, car clubs, concerts, somebody always could do it better, but nobody could support. And that's all. Well, and I can't say that's everywhere, because everywhere else I go, man, I'm seeing my brothers in Christ out there doing outreach, and folks are just coming together under 4 or 5 different names, and there's no beef or attitudes. Like, it's all one dream, one team. But for some reason here in the 303, there's a little bit of hate. I don't know if it's because of the altitude or the smoke in the air, or
because it be so hot. I mean, if y'all ain't in Denver, boy, it's been boiling out there.
It's getting
and they saying it's supposed to get worse.
Hey, I just got to warn y'all. The pickets are out.
Oh, got it.
They say the sun's out, the gun's out, but boy, it's hot. The pickets come out, man. I try to cover it up with some high socks, but man, I'm not down enough, I guess. But
listen, so before we get started, like I set up and I pushed this on every platform that I had, hit our comments, see who you are, at least put your name out there, tell us what you do so we can give your shout out to your business and hopefully generate more business coming your way due to the listeners and everybody that's following us right here. So I want to thank everybody that's tuning in. Just kind of throw that out there. Couple things, bro. We actually just started again. And this is crazy. The Rockets, Colorado Rockets, we just started practice again on Monday because we took some time off. We got this game coming up here at the middle of July.
Shout out to the Rockets.
And we're shooting out right down to Vegas to go deal with the pro arena game right there.
Hey, man, don't you guys need like an equipment manager or something?
A towel boy? No, we need the water boy.
Hey, I was going to go there next if you guys didn't. I was trying to get a promotion out of it.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So that's going to be hitting, and that's that's going to be a nice little turn of event there that we have to go all the way down there. But Vegas, they definitely have air conditioning every which way.
Except
But the
outside.
problem with it is that we got to practice in this heat. And this is where you really got to stay hydrated and take your time and work on the fundamentals that you need to work on during this heat. But we're working on some other things so we can get in, so we can get into indoor field and get our practices in before we go down to Vegas and deal with the people out there. So, shout out to everybody in the Rockets that's actually getting ready to go put this work in, and it's been great. It's been great. Other than that, man, I think that there's a couple things that I wanted to touch base on as in terms of the 303 and what's been happening around here and stuff. Like I said, there's been a lot of things that have been happening here with a lot of hate and everything. But over the 4th of July weekend, it really wasn't too bad. I expected a lot of heat and everything coming on. And here's a shout out to everybody out there. A couple of people got shot because they were trying to stop the car thieves from stealing their car. And, you got to be really cautious about what you're about ready to do when you step out into that front, because most of these guys that are stealing cars are carrying something. They're going to try to defend themselves overall. So the verbal thing is not worth it. It's not worth you going out there yelling and be like, what are you doing? They already know what they doing. Okay. They already know what they doing. And, you need to be real careful with that. You have insurance. Your life is not worth it. You can always replace the car. You can always replace what's stolen in there. If there's stuff that's personal in there, try to get it out of your car and make sure that actually stays inside your house. But it ain't worth you guys getting killed over. It really isn't.
You know what? I mean, back in the day, you'd come out and get crazy. But you know what? Right now, a lot of these folks ain't got really nothing to lose, and everybody's trying to. I think everyone's in survival mode. You know what I mean? Like in their own minds. Like I don't think there's nothing in that car that's going to help them survive going further. But everybody's in that mentality. I'm gonna take what you got, and you're not going to stop me. Mm-hmm. But what's crazy is that technology, man. I was just watching a thing that happened in Arvada today. A guy who tried to rob a bank. Well, I'm not going to say he tried. He did. He robbed him. But as he was in there demanding stuff, a drone flew up from their little first responder drones and had him on lock. Mm-hmm. So the whole time, the cops ain't coming in code 10 to where you could hear him coming. So he gets to the door and he's looking around. He's like, oh, this was too easy. And he stepped out. And as soon as that drone is like, he's coming out, boom, there was a slew of cops on him. And by saying that, I'm not going to say if they break into your car, the drone's going to chase them down and get them. But right now, there's ways that stuff's happening. And I ain't going to lie. You come messing with mine, I'm coming out too.
Listen, man, that's what I'm saying. Don't come out naked. If that makes any sense to anybody out there, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like you just don't walk around like that naked and stuff. But I'm glad that you said that about the drones, because I was hearing another gentleman talk about it. And he was like, hey, check this out. Everybody out there doing anything, even in the neighborhoods, most of your neighbors already have a Ring camera. So it's always recording. And when you do something wrong, the cops are going around your neighbors. You may not even have the Ring camera on your house.
I don't even think that, to be honest with you, I don't even think they need your permission now. I think your agreement with these apps is that the cops are going to get that info.
Oh, yeah. And so you're getting caught. And now with these drones, man, like that robber was like, he could have actually got down 3-4 blocks, and like there was no hostage situation because they already had him on camera. Right?
Well, what was funny is he was giving them, I think, and I just read the story quick, and I was trying to put together a cool song that I couldn't get to play for us today. But I think what happened is that he just, like what your mind thought was going to happen didn't. So he was like, yeah, no mask. I didn't see no mask on him or anything, according to the video. And he just came out and got gaffled, man. I kind of felt bad because I was just like, man, this dude just didn't see what was coming.
Ooh, boy.
But I mean, that's just, hey, you guys think that you're still in the age of the 90s where cold cases go unsolved, and it's not like times have changed a lot. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The hustle and flow game ain't really flowing and ain't hustling. Don't get me wrong. There's a couple players out there that are playing, but man, times are Times are changing, man. I forgot what rap song that was. They said times is getting crazy.
Yeah, bro.
I said time.
Yeah.
But that's I mean, like times are getting to where like, you can't come out anymore and pop your chest because some of these fools ain't playing with the full deck. And when they come out and start trying to pop off at you, just like they can't aim, we can't stop bullets, and unfortunately what's going to happen is innocent people that don't even know you coming out is going to get the stray end of that. And guys that are trying to come up on somebody else's vehicles, I mean, there's really nothing in these cars that other than the vehicle itself.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't think there's anything serious going on as far as chops and all that going to where like they're making big money off of them. Because I mean, I don't even think the guy who sells the Hyundai is making as much money as you think you're going to get chopping it. I think the body shop makes the most when they charge you $900 for a door handle.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows, man? But like I said, people be out there, be careful and stuff. But again, be aware, like these drones, the department has it, and we're going to talk
Everywhere.
about our security now because people are like, I'm going to let them have as many cameras around the city as possible and give up so much of my privacy in order for all the other crimes and everything to stop. And in all cases of security, you're willing to give up those things.
And to be honest with you, I don't think any of us had any of that security anyway. We think that, we don't have something. Anything that's on a Wi-Fi network is not yours anymore. Anybody. I mean, there's people looking at everything that you got going on. It's just a matter of, are you worthy of blowing it that they're watching? Or if you think that you're private, this thing right here is letting you know what you're searching. It's letting you know what you're saying.
Well, I mean, we could get right into it and stuff. And you think about all the stuff that's going on. You're like, well, that takes a human to follow all that. But AI is turning quick. Everything about it is changing quickly and fast. It's learning everything ins and outs. And so before you know it, it's going to be AI tracking 1,000 cameras.
But you know what? AI is the new form of your web browser, of your text message history. I mean, we've been giving up the goods for years. I mean, ever since we went from writing a letter and letting Pony Express take it and waiting 4 days to get a response, we gave up those privacies a long time ago.
Yeah.
I mean, the only one that had privacy in that era, or didn't have privacy, I mean to say, is the prisoners, because they searched all that too. But like now, you think you're on those tablets, and I mean everybody's tapping in. They got data, voice recognition, and I mean it's cool though. I mean, like everybody's so freaked out about AI, and I think it's pretty cool because they've had this in the background on us for years anyway. Now we get some entertainment with it. But
if you look at it in that perspective, I had somebody turn around and say, you said perspective so many times. I could have had a beer chugging game, take a shot every time he says perspective.
We had one episode with the criminal element. Then we had the anonymous. Mm-hmm. I mean, so hey, that's how we get down on the live edition.
Man, but with this AI thing, I think that it's got its benefits and it's got its drawbacks. I think the scary part behind it could lead you down a whole rabbit hole if you go searching for it. Hey, and that's with anything. You can go looking for some stuff.
I did see a video of where it said an AI robot lost his mind. Judo kicking people. And it didn't matter how bad you was, like you weren't hurting this because everything that you think you're going to fight in the flesh. And what this comes back to is that we've been fighting this battle of privacy in the spirit world for years.
Fact.
And I mean, like if you break everything down, like this one dude was like, "Oh, the end of times," and I'm like, "Man, get like, come on, I get it." And everybody, I don't want to say perspective, but your
perspective,
outlook, your outlook on that is your outlook. And just like one guy was like, "Hey, you're feeding this and you're feeding that," and see, we have the right to change the channel.
That's right,
and we have the right to delete.
You got the right to not accept everything that's thrown in your face.
And what did episode 58 say? You have the right to release and not expose. So, everything comes with a reaction. And it's up to you if you're going to lose your mind over the reaction, or if you're just like, there's things that's been going on in this world. When we had phones in the house, they were being tapped. Your little brother listened to your conversation more times than the police did.
I'll give you a story about that, bro. Like, I think I was about 9, 10 years old. And I was having a phone call. I was talking to one of my cousins, right? And me and him decided, you know what? We're so poor and broke. We're just gonna go steal some bikes. We're just gonna go punch some dudes in another neighborhood and take some bikes from them, right? And so I was like, yeah, I'm down, bro. Like, you want to meet at this one school? We're gonna meet at the school, and whoever I see that has the bike that I want, whether it's a Mongoose or a Diamondback,
Not a
or,
Mongoose.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I can go back to old school with it and stuff. I'm like, I'm going to just punch that kid in the face and be like, that's my bike, right? And then we'll just ride our bikes all the way to the other side of town, and ain't nobody going to know. My aunt was listening on the other end. My aunt was like, nope. As soon as I hung that phone up, bro, I went up to my room and I was getting ready. My mom came in with the belt and started whooping me and stuff. She's like, you can go steal some bikes. I was like, oh, man, how did they find out?
Shout out to mom.
So I was getting tapped on the line early, bro. I learned right away, like, be careful about that phone.
Yeah.
And who's tapping and who's listening.
You never, like, back in the day, it was a 3-way. Now it's a screenshot, then a screen record. I mean, the player haters are going to hate, and the feds, just like the radar detectors. The guy who made the radar detector also marketed the radar detectors, and what are the other ones? The radar. You have the one that tells you if the cops are watching you, and then you have the one that that the cops, or the radar gun and the radar detector.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah,
I'm not that
I
much
don't
of a
either.
criminal. I'm not that much of a criminal.
That's what happens when we go live, and I don't got no flow.
No, man. I heard another thing about an AI story of a guy that was doing some stuff, and he decided that he wanted to shut down his AI, and the AI turned around and blackmailed him and said, no, I'll expose your affair with your secretary.
You know what? And some of these stories, bro,
yeah, I can't believe that.
You know what's crazy is that if you really think about it now, see, I mess with a lot of AI because I do a lot of song generations and like short clips and voiceovers to like fix things that need fixed. And dude, these commercials we've been watching have been AI for a long time. I mean, now it's pretty blunt,
yes.
Especially the cheap commercials.
You can start to recognize it right
away.
away.
Bro, I just use that voice. What's going on here? You know what I mean? But like this stuff's been in play for a while, and now what it is it's getting so cheap now that the general market could get it, and it's just like cell phones. The boy in the Mercedes had the only car phone, and most of the time he was on it and wasn't really talking to nobody. But then,
because those rates were crazy back then.
Yeah, but now, like, you know what I mean? Then it went from everyone had one in a bag to the brick to the flip phone to the StarTech to the Nokia to the iPhone. Like, technology, once it branches out and becomes cheap, everything's everywhere.
Well, there's things evolving pretty quick and fast, and it's going to be amazing to see what happens by December, what we're going to be seeing and what's going to be going on. It's just moving so quick.
Hopefully
and
that
fast.
we could come up with an AI that can fix these gas prices is what
you would hope.
But we ain't going to get that either. So, well, the live on Tuesday, we're here every Tuesday, 6:00 Mountain Time, Denver time. At some point, we're going to take some questions and start building a response. People who want to, like, if you want to come on, we're probably about that much closer technology to bring you on, at least on the online part. We won't be able to see you here in the thing,
studio.
but on an iPad, we'll be able to kind of follow with what's going on and maybe hear it in the earphones. But through the chat, we could definitely start a conversation to where, as you send your questions and your comments, we could respond live to that. And at some point, maybe even record remotely if somebody has the interest in doing that. But we're still, like we said before, man. We're a one-man band. We're a two-man brother band, and while one's banging the drums and trying to sing, I'm playing the guitar and trying to take a picture.
You know what I like about this, man, and this is the straight-up truth, is that we got so many people that talk about a lot of things, but when it's time to come and talk in front of the world, in front of the world, it get crickets.
Yeah, well, I mean,
you get
like,
so many crickets. They're like, nah, nah.
it takes courage to bring the pickets out,
You know?
let alone like what you say. And you know, like I know a guy that's on TikTok and Instagram that he says, you know, you could be whoever you want to be on the internet, but remember, someone's going to see you somewhere.
Fact.
And when you come out here, you got to really watch what you
What you're
come to
saying,
say,
what you're talking about.
because you know someone else is going to be offended by it, and they're going to try to press you. And well, unfortunately, you know, as long as we get on here and we're speaking correct, and we're not, you know, we're not trash talking or trying to put people down, you know, there's really nothing to worry about coming on here. I mean, unless you lying, and someone's
Then they're
gonna
gonna call you
out.
out on your fakeness. One thing I do like about this, and it's almost like a journal that even if it's gonna be around forever, that my great grandkids can turn around and be like, "Oh, that's my great grandpa. Look what he's talking about." You know, some
Yeah.
of those things, because we say it all the time, and it's even in Ecclesiastics. There's nothing new under the sun.
Right.
You know, but that bit of wisdom that I'm pouring out and we're pouring out, they can always go back and get.
Yeah.
You know, no matter if I'm here or not here. And that's the thing I do like about it, that when we do have guests or anybody comes on and they speak their mind and they're talking about those things, it isn't something that was just passed down to my kids.
Right.
My great grandkids or my grandkids could actually hear it and watch it themselves. That's amazing. That's amazing to me. But you got to still have the guts to get up on here and say it.
Yeah, we got three viewers now, and I think two of them is me and Marcus. I think just because we have our phones on here watching.
I do. But you know, most of these people are still trying to learn and hear that we're on at 6:00.
Yeah,
and it's on a Tuesday and stuff. There's other things happening. Some of them are cooking dinner, or just barely getting home. So
Man,
I
save me a
understand that.
plate. Save me a plate. I just don't
Some
like.
fresh tortillas.
Hey, just don't stab me.
Yeah. So, you know, we're trying to keep this short. We're not going to go very long on this. It's just another thing to shout out and try to give a little bit more into some of the things that we don't go so deep into when we talk about on our podcast. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to make it very, very clear. Our podcast is mainly aimed at men. Women, it's great that you can hear, chime in, and talk, but realistically, it's aimed at men and the things that men go through. I'm about ready to touch on a subject that men that are divorced and the battles that they're facing and what they're going through and how they feel alone. And when we drop into that, those are the things that we talk about on conversations here when we drop into a recording. This is our live. This is where we get to just freestyle and have fun with everybody and everybody that's talking in. So, you know, shout out to everybody that has actually chimed in and said something, that has tuned in, that has shared and liked and commented and subscribed on our channel.
Yeah,
I
so,
appreciate it.
You know, the clips are out for episode 58 that's coming. Episode 57, release without exposures, out. 58 is Can You Walk Away from What You Love?
Ooh.
And that was a great conversation. I can't wait to get that one. Matter of fact, I was just doing some work on the actual video, you know, and hopefully everything comes out right, man. Because Riverside did a big update, and I didn't catch that last time we were doing this. So if anyone's watching, if you could let us know if our lips are matching the
Right
sound.
now in the
If
sound.
not, I'm probably going to have to adjust it up by one.
But anyway, with that was a great conversation. And can you release something that you love in order to have peace? There's a lot of things that we touched on in that conversation.
Yeah.
And I can talk more about on the parts of love. Like, have you ever had to release somebody that you love so much that in order for you to have peace, you had to be like, you got to go. I got to close this door. I got to walk away. Those things. And I'm talking about not only, you know, somebody that you loved as in terms of a spouse or friendships and things like that. We talk about cars, jobs, things like that. But I wanted to touch more on the relationship side. Have you had to walk away from that in order to obtain your peace? That takes a strong person to do that. That takes a very strong, disciplined person to realize, like, you know what? I can't lose any more sleepless nights. I can't have this situation anymore. I got to move on. I choose me. I choose me in peace over the drama and everything else that's going on. Even though I love you, I got to move on.
Yeah. And you know, it takes even a bigger person to be obedient to that, like you said, but it takes somebody too that is with strong faith to know that when they step out in that realm, that it's going to be uncomfortable, and it's going to cause some. Like for me, when I went through what we talked about in the one prior to that, release without exposure, the backlash I got from myself, not what anyone else said, but just like, what are you doing, bro? Like you're not acting normal. And then to release something you love, they always say that corny saying, if you let it go and it's meant to be, it'll come back. And that's a good way to try to act like it don't like hurt your heart. But man, to do that, to let go and let God is a whole nother thing
There you
compared
go.
to the cliche of saying everybody, hey, bro, you just got to let go and let God. Well, what does that look like?
Yeah.
And we
Have
talked
you
about
done it?
that. Yeah.
Have you done
and
it?
can you?
Are you continually doing
Yeah.
it?
I mean, can you continue? A lot of people do it, but by 5 o'clock the next day they go back. You know what I mean? And then they relive the cycle again.
So anyway, that's going to conclude us what we did here on our live right now. We're getting ready to tap into what we got going on here for our particular podcast tonight, and I'm looking forward with it and stuff.
That was your cue.
And so here we go. My perspective and the criminal element. We're going to end up moving forward with this. I appreciate you guys, for everybody that tunes in. Go out and hear our last episode. Hit it up on YouTube.
Yeah, make sure you guys hit it. Clips hit about 1K per clip. Thank you guys again for all the support, all the love. Again, we always end this with, all we can ask you is that if this has any value to your day, or if you feel someone can benefit from this conversation, we just ask that you like, comment, share, subscribe, and send this out to somebody, because you never know. Sometimes the messages that we carry and the messages that we hear is what somebody else is really having a hard time to find out.
That's right.
So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you guys for joining in. It's Tuesday, 6 o'clock Mountain Time. We're here live every Tuesday, 6 o'clock. Make sure you guys join in. If for some reason, if we get an abundance of messages saying, hey, this other day would do better, we could definitely try to do that. But right now it's Tuesday, and we look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.
Till next time.
Peace.
Peace.